And I think if the party is to advance, and if the cause of independence is to advance, somebody needs to address what went on during the Sturgeon years and distance the modern SNP from that. John Swinney has proven himself incapable of doing that, and so I'd like to see a new leader. I don't think Mary McCallan's up to the job, and I think she's just a Nicola Sturgeon place person. I'd like to see Stephen Flynn in the job.
You've come here today, what would you say directly to John Swinney?
I would say apologise to the people whose money was stolen. Don't paint the SNP or Nicola Sturgeon as a victim. Recognise the true victims. Many of them ordinary, decent, working class people who donated small amounts of money to the party because they believed it would be spent on independence. Apologise to those of us who tried to carry out our job as elected party officials to scrutinise the finances and set up an independent inquiry and ask Kirsten Oswald to consider her position as a government minister.
You seem very emotional, Joanna.
I am. I'm very angry and upset about what has happened. I got involved in politics because I believed in a dream, and I believed that independence would improve my country. In the 10 or so years that I was a Member of Parliament, I watched Nicola Sturgeon squander opportunity after opportunity to advance the cause of independence. I was deeply suspicious about what her husband was up to, but I never imagined it would amount to as serious and grave crimes as this. And when I tried to ask questions about it, I was treated appallingly, and I saw other women and men also treated appallingly, so I am quite emotional about it, yeah.
How upsetting is it to see the money that was meant to go towards that dream being used by the chief executive in these ways to embellish himself, essentially?
It's disgusting. It's disgusting, and it's a deep betrayal of ordinary, decent people, many of them who probably were in very small incomes, who struggled to donate to the party on a monthly basis, and now know that their money was spent on luxuries for Mr Murrell.
Peter Murrell has today pleaded guilty to embezzlement from the Scottish National Party. I'm here today in my capacity as party leader to give reaction to that guilty plea. I'm conscious that the Contempt of Court Act 1981 continues to apply until Peter Murrell is sentenced. As an individual who believes strongly in the centrality of the rule of law, that provision has given me particular pause for thought in what I should say and do today. However, given that the Scottish National Party is the victim in this case, I think it is in the public interest for me to say what I can today. I'll make a brief opening statement and then I will open up to questions. Peter Murrell's guilty plea confirms that the Scottish National Party has been the victim of embezzlement of hundreds of thousands of pounds of funds provided by SNP members. This is an admission of a terrible breach of trust and an overwhelming betrayal by the man entrusted to be the party's chief executive. Today, I share the overwhelming anger felt by SNP members. I joined this party almost 50 years ago. In that time, I've campaigned alongside thousands of dedicated SNP activists. They've worked hard to raise funds for this party. They campaigned tirelessly to deliver electoral success, and they have helped us become the party of government. Those are the people in my thoughts when I talk about betrayal. By embezzling from the SNP, Peter Murrell was stealing the hopes, the dreams and the aspirations of thousands of people all over Scotland, people who gave what they could over many years in the hope that it would help contribute to a better country. So today, I am horrified. I am betrayed. But I'm also resolute about the future. I returned to the SNP leadership 2 years ago because I could see that the party that I loved was not in the best place. I promised that we would get back on track. A key part of that has been the process to strengthen our governance structures and our party finances. That has been an ongoing process over a number of years. The party now has a modernised backroom operation which, as we saw in the election result, is highly effective at supporting campaigning around the country. The SNP is resolutely focused on the priorities of the people of Scotland, and our new government is hitting the ground running. We are the party on Scotland's side. We are taking action on the cost of living, improving our NHS, and we are determined more than ever to lead Scotland to a brighter, independent future. I never suspected anything. As a matter of clarity, I didn't hold any formal office in the SNP, between 2004 and 2024, when I resumed the party leadership. But I never suspected anything. I had no reason to suspect it, because actually part of what I feel about this is that I can't fathom it. I can't understand how you do this. I can't understand how you behave in this fashion. If you're committed to a cause, I'm committed to the cause of Scottish independence. The idea of doing something as damaging to the well-being of our cause as this is beyond me. I just can't fathom it. I have no way of understanding it. So I therefore wouldn't suspect that of people who are signing up to the same journey that I'm signing up to, of making the sacrifices. You all know me well. You know the sacrifices I'm making to do what I'm doing. So the idea that other people are not doing likewise is beyond me. I can't understand it. How am I feeling, David? I am gutted by this today. As I thought about coming here today to do what I've got to do today, this is a tough day, David. So the level of personal horror, betrayal that I feel is difficult for me to properly convey to you. But this is beyond what I'm thinking about. I've not been able to stop thinking about is the decent people who have stood with me at coffee mornings and jumble sales and thrift shops, raising the money and paying their money to party headquarters and paying their memberships. People who I know who don't have much money to rub together but have paid their membership subs to keep the SNP afloat because they believe in independence.